Skye Therapy. I wanted to invite my clients to do a nice, slow, somatic healing flow with me. And remember, you can do this in between the Tuesday night sessions we have at 8 that are open for anybody virtually that want to come to our somatic healing practices. These are a little bit lighter than our Tuesday night sessions, but I am a certified yoga practitioner. So I want to take you guys through this nice slow flow today. We have beautiful weather here in Arizona, and I have my dogs and my horses around me. I'm not sure if the horses will come to visit or not, but if they do, just know that practicing yoga with big, large horses is very unsafe. I know my horses, I have minis, and I'm very aware, so I just do it kind of for me to bond with them. So let's go ahead and reach our arms up to the sky, placing your feet hip width distance apart, and just feeling how that feels in your body. How does it feel to have your feet further apart, closer together? How does it feel to stand on one leg and then kind of shifting your weight to the other? Just noticing anything in your body today that you should be aware of as you just twist from left to right, filling out any of the clicks and ticks, and just noticing your breath because we can't change what we don't notice. My wise yoga trainer, Dawn, taught me that. And then I want you to spin with your head too. So let's open up your neck, spinning left to right. And we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. And then just reach up to the sky. And as you forward fold down, you're going to bring your hips back, bend your knees, and come down. And as you're breathing, possibly in and out through your nose, you can also try different breathing techniques for yourself. Breathing is very personal, so you want to make sure that you're breathing at a rate that feels good to you, whether it's deep or maybe a little bit more shallow, whatever you're ready for in this moment. Lift up, gaze forward, halfway lift. As you exhale down to the ground, but if the ground feels far, just use a block. Every day, your body's going to be different. So there's no use in forcing or making it look like my forms or your partner's forms or anybody else for that matter. Really focus on your own form. Maybe even grabbing our elbows, resting our belly on our knees, and swaying side to side. Letting the neck hang heavy and parting your teeth so your jaw's not clenched. As you climb up your legs ever so slowly and drawing those shoulders back. We do a little bit of a back bend with our hands on our hips. And coming up, we're going to bend over to the left side just a little bit. And coming up, and then going to our right side, exhaling over, inhaling up. And then once more, kind of swan diving down, hips back, knees bent, coming all the way down. And as we're down here, I want you to put your right arm on the ground and raise your left arm up, just kind of for a nice twist and shoulder release. Then cartwheel that left hand down, reaching the right hand up, trying to make that straight line. It's okay if you have a little bit of a bend in your left knee. And then inviting yourself to exhale down, or if you want to stay up there a little longer, you can. I am just a guide. Bring your body down, so your hips down, maybe to a block if you'd like, or if you'd like to do the yogi squat, you can do the yogi squat. Bring your toes to the corner of your mat and just gently pressing on your knees with your elbows. And then we're going to bring our hands to the ground. And we're just going to look over our right shoulder, kind of still pressing our left elbow into our left knee to get a nice inner leg stretch. As you breathe here, I want you to notice where you feel this in your body because your body is going to be different than mine. We all do different things. We all sleep different ways. We all walk different ways. We have different jobs. and we're different people. So focusing on where you feel it. I feel it a lot more in my left leg than my right leg. And then coming back to center, hands to prayer, and just breathing here, whether you're on a block, whether you sit on the ground and you put your knees like this, whatever feels good in your body. And as we make our way to the ground, reaching your legs to the corners of your mat for this straddle form, you're going to just exhale down to your right leg. So you're looking at your knee, relaxing your gaze down. Mm. And think about a positive affirmation you would like to have. I am going to use the one today, I am enough. Because that's what I feel in my body. I am enough. As we crawl ourselves through the front, hand over hand, working on our proprioception, maybe even with your eyes still closed. Coming down to your left leg, head to knee pose on this left leg. Inhaling and exhaling in a calming manner, maybe even using some VU breath. Where you're getting your organs vibrated, exhaling, telling yourself, I am enough. This encompasses so much in life. We push ourselves in the US so hard sometimes. It's really nice to listen to your body and ask, what can I do today? What would you like me to do today? Is getting out of bed and doing one 15-minute yoga video enough for the day? Is going to work and cooking dinner for my family enough for the day? Are your expectations too high? Coming to the center, just fold down on your elbows or maybe put your head on a block for a nice refreshing pose. And then thinking, what does everybody expect of me and what do I expect from myself? Do they match up? Am I too hard on myself? Are other people too hard on me? It's so important to really have some self-reflection and determine what needs and goals and wants you want in your life. As we come up, we're going to bring our feet in front of us and then cross our right leg over our left, just hugging that knee in. And then we're going to twist to our left. The left hand goes behind you, right hand grasps that knee, that right knee, and you gaze over your left shoulder. Twists are so nice to get your digestive system going. As you exhale, twist a little deeper. As we come out to the front and switch the cross of your legs. So crossing your left leg, hugging that left leg in, and then putting your right hand behind you. And gaze over that right shoulder. Ah, exhaling a little deeper. Which side do you feel more connection with today? Which hemisphere of your brain are you working with? Ah, exhaling to center. Bring your knees up as we come onto our right hip and move into a wide-legged child's pose or armadillo. Pushing your body down, drawing it to the floor, and then using that block for your forehead or putting your forehead directly on the mat. Getting a really nice restful pose here. Where do you feel it in your body? Where can you let go as you say, I am enough? Maybe walking your hands to the right to get another side body stretch in a different variation. Feeling the energy go through your body. Where does it land? Does it get stuck anywhere as you breathe in and you breathe out? Is it smooth? Is it activating or calming? Practicing yoga in the morning is so important because you can set yourself up for the day. And if you need a little love in certain areas, you can do a little bit more stretching, or you can send a little bit more healing energy to those areas so you don't overactivate them in the day or push yourself too hard. Really focusing and turning inward is so important as we feel this right body stretch and really, really touch or grasp the left side of our mat. Coming back to center and coming up to tabletop. We're just going to float in between tabletop and exhale to child's pose. So floating up with your breath to tabletop, maybe a little bit far reach tabletop. And then exhaling onto your hips, child's pose. Inhaling to table, maybe pushing over to kneeling plank a little bit, knee plank. Exhaling back. As we all meet in table, we're going to do a little bit of intuitive movement that I love. Just bringing your body wherever it needs to go, maybe side to side, adding in your neck. If you close your eyes and you follow what your body needs, you can actually undo some trauma, some injuries, and some stiffness in your fascia. Connective tissue is so important. We always want to make sure we are holding some of these forms for at least 5 breaths to really get that fascia, that connective tissue open and flowing, because that's what makes us feel really good. And then we're going to come up onto our knees into camel, where we hold our lower back and just let ourselves go back just a little bit. Maybe tucking those toes, maybe leaning from your left knee to your right. Bring those hands overhead and then floating down to the ground, the tabletop once more. As we do a little bit of cat cow, we're going to come into cow and then press it up to cat ever so slightly, just little pelvic tilts at first, and then going down to the belly. Exhaling up to cat a little bit more. We always like to do cat cow gradually, just warming up the spine. Remember, you can do cat cow on your forearms too, grasping your hands. Any variation, whatever feels good for your body or fun for you in this moment. One more inhale to cow. And then we're going to go up on our toes. So you're just going to push back. So you're doing a nice little calf stretch with your hands on the ground, pushing back through your heels, ever so slowly, stopping where you might need that stretch in your calf until you're fully on your heels. Once you're fully on your heels, we're going to come up to standing really carefully, really slowly, rolling those shoulders back as you land in mountain, palms face forward, pushing that jaw back as if you're pushing your head, and just leaning it against a wall. Everything's in nice alignment. As we come to warrior two, walking that left foot up, turning that back right foot parallel with the bottom of your mat, and bending that left knee over your left ankle. Bring your hands out to the sides as if you're being squeezed through a pane of glass, and then tilting a little bit forward as we reverse warrior, coming to our right hand to knee and bringing that left arm over our ear, and then cartwheeling yourself down to low lunge. So coming over your left foot and dropping your back knee, flattening out your foot. You can stay over your knee, or you can bring both of your hands to the right side, which is my favorite position to do. Just breathing here with some VU breath, telling yourself, I am enough. Mm. Adjusting your hips so they're melting to the ground. Feeling this out to see how far or close you want your feet together. Just making sure you're doing what's available in your body and what feels good. Mm. Helping that spine with the breath that you're using. That audible breath really helps our spine to release and open up. As we gently go back to half splits, so you're going to flex your left foot and your right knee is over your hip. As you gently bring your gaze to your left knee, or if you'd like to, you can sit on your right leg, and then you can do this half forward fold almost. Flexing that left foot to get more of a stretch. As we bring our knees back into tabletop, exhale ourselves back to that nice little calf stretch as we press ourselves up into mountain once more. And then we bring our right foot in front for warrior two on this side. So bringing that right knee over your right ankle, and your left foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Drawing those arms out, palms facing down, tilting forward just a little bit. Feeling yourself strong here, telling yourself, I am enough as you tilt backwards. Right bicep goes along right ear. Feeling that stretch in your side body as you cartwheel down to do low lunge on this side. Dropping that left knee, flattening out that left heel, and then playing with your stance to make sure you're comfortable as long as your right knee is over your right ankle. Some people like to use a block. I do from time to time. It's not your strength level, it's just what your body feels today. And as you adjust yourself, realizing that you have the power to adjust yourself and your body to feel better at any time. You also have the right to adjust people around you, ask them for more space, ask them for different words when they're around you, and honoring their space requirements as well, because boundaries go both ways. As we push, draw ourselves back, the half splits, flexing our right foot. And if you did it on the other side, you can come down, sitting down, doing this half forward fold, sitting on your hips and looking at your right knee. Breathing here. Really feeling the release in your body. Where do you feel it? And at any time, you can take a position of child's pose in between. And I invite you to do whatever feels right for you. If you want to add movement, if you want to stay in a different form longer, it's so important to know your body, and it just feels good. Coming into tabletop, we're going to go onto our left hip and we're going to come down to our backs, giving ourselves one lovely squeeze and just saying, I am enough as you float yourself down so that each time you're headed to bed, you'll remember that. I am enough. You're going to tick-tock your knees from left to right, moving with your breath, maybe even drawing those shoulders down, flattening your palms out to the side of you, and just seeing where you feel this as we start to add a little bit of movement. Tick-tocking your knees to the right, turning your left palm down and bringing your neck to the right. And then bringing your palms facing up, knees go to the left, head goes to the right this time. And then we're going to turn down your right palm. Inhaling, knees up, bring both palms up, knees go to the right. And the head goes to the left and turning that left palm over on the exhale. Last time, palms face up, knees come up, bringing that neck to the right and turning that right palm down. What can you let go of? What can you release? As you bring your knees up, I'd like you to put your left leg over your right. So your left ankle is the top of your right knee. And you could just hang out here, or you can bring it in to hug your right knee. Maybe even rocking from left to right, releasing any tension that might be there. As you release your foot to the ground and put your right hand on top of your left foot, bring it down to the right side of you for this nice little supine twist. Breathing here, thinking about one thing you would like to feel throughout the day today. What would you like to have or gain more of today? As we come back up and do the same thing on the other side. Right ankle goes to left knee. If we draw in our left knee to our body, if you'd like. And this time I want you to add in a little bit of rocking and see how that feels. Since we've gotten into some more complex brain waves, since we've been in these poses for about 10, 15 minutes, the rocking really helps to do some bilateral reprocessing and help you to integrate what you've already done in your session today. If that doesn't feel right, you can just stop and be static. I invite you to try new things and see what your body enjoys and what's too hard for this moment. As we release our left foot to the ground and we bring our right foot to the ground, to this nice supine twist on the other side. I am enough. Just learning to love your parts, learning to love yourself, learning when it is enough is so powerful. As we bring our knees up and give ourselves that one big squeeze once more, because those 7 hugs we need a day. Sometimes you just have to hug yourself or an animal or a pillow. And then clasping our hands underneath our knees and just going from side to side, just kind of massaging that lower back, opening up. For me, the sun is getting pretty intense right now. And it's definitely warming me up on this Arizona fall morning. As you lay your legs out into Shavasana or a final resting pose, you're going to draw those shoulders down, maybe roll those feet to get any of the cricks out, drawing those palms to the sky. I'm going to lay on my stomach because it's too bright for me. As I take you guys through a little bit of nidra release hypnosis. As you lay here, adjust your body to whatever feels right. Wherever you need to relieve tension, maybe put a pillow behind your neck, maybe put a bolster under your knees. Breathing in and out, however your body needs it right now. As you close your eyes or look at a calming spot in your environment, you're going to bring yourself to a place that your friend told you about that you've been wanting to visit for years. As you envision that place, the colors, the sounds, the scents, the tactile things you may touch there, you see a set of stepping stones, very inviting, very strong. You take off your shoes and you start walking on the stepping stones. 1, floating to 2, skipping to 3. As you get to 5, you'll be relaxed. And then 4. And as you place your foot on 5, you feel a heaviness and you almost feel as if you're floating. There's no need to hold up your eyes or your head. You're just floating on that 5th step in your perfect environment with the perfect temperature. You have the people around you that you would like to have around you, or the animals there you would like to have around you. As you gaze around this place, you ask yourself a question. And since you're in your inner space, this is a question that you're going to be able to answer a little bit easier in here. Your brain waves are calm, relaxed, your body feels at peace. As you explore this various place, make sure you're evoking the smells, the tastes, the sounds. As we take 4 deep breaths here, experiencing your inner palace. As we take our last breath, we notice we feel very calm and relaxed and open here. You realize that you are a valuable part of this world, but in order to function healthfully, you have to do some practices for yourself. You have to relax. You have to do what you think is fun. You have to say no sometimes. Letting this place answer your questions, but also revive and rejuvenate everything that you need in life. And it's not selfish to have needs. It's really important to have a hobby, have skills that you enjoy, wear comfortable clothes that fit and feel good on your body, have an organized space, maintain good hygiene for yourself, eat whole foods, letting your body eat what it craves. It will crave whole foods. As you breathe in and out and say goodbye to your beautiful place, you can come back at any time. You can replay this video at any time. As you look around, saying goodbye to the people, animals, or just your environment that you've spent the last few breaths with, those stepping stones come back. And you're drawn to them this time, knowing that you want to go back into the real world and practice this new rhythm that you have. As you come up to 1, as we hit 5, you'll be fully awake and alert. 1, and then you step to stone 2, as you float to stone 3, maybe doing a little turn to 4. And as you hop onto 5, you found yourself grounded in the ground, on the floor. You start to flutter your fingers and your toes as you start to flutter your eyes open, adjusting to the light in your room or outside. You look at the 3 things you're most drawn to and maybe think, why am I drawn to these 3 things? What do they say about me? What do they say about my life? I'm drawn to the trees because I love the way the trees are alive, the way we both need each other, and how green and beautiful they are. I'm drawn to my dog over there. He's laying in the hot sun with me just to be near her human. We will walk inside in the shade soon. Gently coming up to seated, making sure you come up as slow as possible, maybe wiggling those hips to release anything as we sit down. I want you to feel in your body how you feel now versus when you started about 20 minutes ago. What did you see in your sacred place? What did you feel in it? If anything was uncomfortable or scary, you don't have to go back. You can process that with me or your therapist or your coach. You can process and journal that within yourself as you just float from right to left, letting your head flow from right to left. Bring your hands to your knees, just massaging your body before I let you guys go, honoring everything that you did today, and just giving yourself a moment to give yourself that big hug, floating around and telling yourself once more, I am enough. Now, we didn't have any horse visitors today, which is totally fine. They're in there eating. I welcome you guys to try my Tuesday night flows or maybe try a little clinical hypnosis with me virtually. It is so much fun and I can tailor it to what you need, whether that's smoking cessation or it's weight loss, healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, confidence boosting, anything you guys can think of. I am based out of Arizona. I do virtual sessions Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays during the week. I've been a practitioner since 2011, and I've been doing clinical hypnosis for many years. So thank you guys for practicing with me today.